EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, ready for another installment of the NFL International Series. And we are underway from North London. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
They'll be led out by the former Colorado Buffalo, their rookie quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line.
Now Sanders.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Rodgers on the return.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And the Vikings will be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. We might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Now a play fake. Wentz.
Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a 2nd consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Browns' 17-yard line.
They fake the give. Now Wentz.
Addison hauls it in. And the Vikings are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Jones going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Second and goal from the 1.
Here we go, here we go. Lefty, lefty.
On play action, Wentz. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
Mason Graham
In there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Well, they're going to try this thing. They're at the 5, 4th and goal. They're going to go for it. We'll see. Run, probably pass to both in the arsenal. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try.
A 20-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last. last appearance, they couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Here's Sanders. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Elijah Moore, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. You look at this defense for the Vikings.
Yeah, they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud of being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
First down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Sanders once more. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Viking 18.
To throw now, here's Sanders.
And that's incomplete.
Sanders pass. Incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit. But not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Play action. Now Wentz. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz.
Pass complete to Addison.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. This will be caught at about the 6. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 5 now, second and a yard. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Here we go. Ladies,
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Will Reichard on for the field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to put a drive together.
60 Vikings, 62.
On the ground, it's Jenkins to start the drive.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Come on. Set.
Sanders.
And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Sanders to throw. He'll try and do this himself.
And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time While they're playing this one, they've got to take care of business first.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Throwing now is Wentz. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 50-yard line.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From midfield, here's Wentz. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd. The yard. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Again, it's Wentz. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And his kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So halftime straight ahead, and that means we go to Scott Hansen. It is our EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott, take it away.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. The first month of the season has come and gone. It's the first weekend of October, our first week with byes on the schedule. Lots to unpack, so let's get into it. Our tour around the NFL starts now. We begin at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Rams at home to take on their NFC West rivals, the 49ers. And this is Brock Purdy. A touchdown pass here from 23 yards out. With that, a look at the rest of what went on in Week 5 with Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh all on the bye. Meanwhile, in our game, neither offense has been able to distinguish themselves. It's been the defenses that have stood tall so far. As we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
In for the sack, Myles Garrett. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. That they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Wentz.
That's down the field for Jefferson.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Wentz.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Taken down at the
2nd and 9.
Come on.
Throwing, Sanders. That's caught left side by Judy.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now third down and 6 to go.
Third and 6.
To throw is Sanders.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Javon Hargrave able to record his 5th sack of the season. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Gay's kick is good.
And they are on the board. It's now 9-3.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Go.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Wentz now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
From the gun, it's Wentz.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted.
And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Wentz's pass
Well, nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the second straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And they'll take over here. Following the interception with good field position and a chance to take the lead with a touchdown.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
A give. Here's Jenkins.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It was Harrison Smith there up from his safety spot to make the play behind the line.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
As Sanders has it poked free.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And that will be incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And the Vikings now heading onto the field.
And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now McCarthy. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6.
An inside give to Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say I'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Tackled there by Rayshon Jenkins. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
To the air with McCarthy.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
A loss of 6 yards.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces third and long.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
Here's McCarthy. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Over the middle, complete to Judy.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Sanders. Setting up a screen for Judkins.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Come on.
From the gun, it's Shador. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
60 Vikings. Let's go. Ready.
Sanders once more. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
From the gun on third down, Sanders. He wants it all for the end zone. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Now, this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Throwing is McCarthy. A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And it's the two... Teams talk it over on their respective sidelines. We take a break.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Middle of the field to Jefferson. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Eric Wilson in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. CD, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders.
Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So with no timeouts and where the football is on the field, now they're in a really tough spot.
Because a field goal finishes them, right? If they give up 3, it's over, let alone trying to get the ball back. You're exactly right. Very difficult situation. All they can do is go all out when the ball snapped and try and pop it free and get it back for themselves.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Viking first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Vikings, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin.